Hello everyone. I used this magazine one time before, but this time it's going to be pretty cool. How well do you know your religion? Special issue. Well, that's a question for any one of us in any religion. But what about the ones who wrote this magazine? The ones who was taking this magazine and going door to door. How well do they know their religion? Well, I have a Bible audio and I'm going to play it, and then after that, let's go from there.
Good morning, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, I got a Bible question.
What state are you calling from?
Florida.
Florida, and the language of your congregation?
English.
Thank you. One moment. Service department, may I help you?
Hey, how you doing today?
Good.
I got a question. I was going through all the Awake magazines from Charles T. Russell's time all the way up to 1944, and teaching at that time, it was 606 when Jerusalem fell. In 1945, I think it was October or November issue of the Watchtower, they started teaching Jerusalem fell in 607. I'm just curious, why was it changed from one point in history down from that point in time to 1944, and from 1945 to our time, it went to 607. I don't understand.
Okay, so here's what I'd like for you to do. If you would like an answer to that question, it's best if you submit it in written form, and you'll get an answer in written form to that question. It's not urgent that it gets answered instantly, so if you could just write a letter, address it to the writing desk at 2821 Route 22, Patterson, New York, 12563. We will be able to write out an answer to you on that question.
Okay, this is what I was told, and you can tell me if I was right or not. I was told the reason why that was changed, it was because there was no zero at that time. So they...
Well, here's really what happened. It wasn't just the 0 year. That is true. That's part of it. But the research that isolated the date at which Jerusalem fell had the wrong date pegged.
That was true. Then it would have, if there was no zero, that would have took that 606 back to the original date. Would have been 607.
Yes, that's the beauty of this. They had the wrong starting date because the research didn't quite get the right year that it happened.
Wow.
But they added an extra year in because of counting a zero date, so it still comes up with 1914. The wrong starting date, wrong method of counting years, added a year and took a year away, so it canceled out. But the reason why that 607, 606 change took place, you can get an answer in that if you write a letter and ask.
Well, you already basically. I mean, it sounded to me you already know your stuff, but so.
They were using a 0 year when there was no 0 year, so that added a year to the counting, or added a year to the span, and the research that was used to isolate the date that
Okay, so basically, it ended up to be 607 and ended up to be 1914.
Yeah. Yes. So, when you take the 0 year out and you move the date back a year because the history, research, the Bible chronology and all that, when you do the math, it shows up to be 607, not 606, but you've got one less year because there's no 0 year, so it still works out the same. Okay. So in my mind, I don't think you'll find this written anywhere, but in my mind, the fact that it worked out that way indicated that God was behind the brothers that were saying this, so that they got it right even when they made a mistake.
So, but here's the thing. I just got one question.
Ask the question in a letter.
Yeah. Well, let me finish this one part. So if 606 went back to the original time, wouldn't that make 1914 would have been a wrong date? It should have been 1913.
No, history has proved it to be a right date. So that is, if you have questions about that, please write them in. Okay. And you will get a very specific answer about it.
Well, I'm going to change the subject on this. I found out. Now you can.
Please.
No. I'm not asking no questions. I'm not asking no questions. I'm just going to say this. I'm asking you to please do something for me. Just listen for a second.
Get to the point.
I know the true date Jerusalem fell was 586. Do research, and you'll find out the real truth. 607 is a flat-out lie. Thank you, and have a nice day.
No.
Started off, when I asked my question, they already getting too smart of us people asking questions. They don't want to give us the true answers. So already knew their little lie about the 0. The thing is, Charles T. Russell was the one who started this religion. The guy wasn't dumb enough to add a 0 in his figuring. Matter of fact, he got his 606 from Nelson Barber, that he was with him before he broke off with him. He did no more research. So he took a 7-day Adventist on his word that Jerusalem fell in 606. Now, if 607 was true, then that would make 1914 would have to go back 1 year. Since nothing happened in 1913, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, listen to this video. That would prove that Jesus never came in 1914, because it would have been 1913, and since there was no World War I or any wars in 1913, wouldn't that make Charles T. Russell's teaching at that time a lie? If the original date was supposed to be in Jerusalem fell in 607. That's the reason why I did research. And that's the reason why elders say that you can't do research, because you make a division in the congregation and they don't want you to interrupt their false teaching. They don't want you to tell the truth about their teaching, about their lies, in their own publications they have printed. That's the reason why a bunch of us is being called apostate. Not because of evil, because of good. We are bringing out the real truth. The true liars is the teaching what the watchtower has been taught to all of us. Even the elders believe it. And if the elders were supposed to help the sheep, wouldn't they be able to sit down with me and others and let us show them our research that we found on the internet, what we found in their own literature that the watchtower has published? No, because they've been told by the watchtower, do not go beyond that point. The reason why, because if the elders sit down and let you show them their false prophecies and all their crazy lies they had written in their own literature, everybody in all the kingdom halls and all the world would shut down today, and the watchtower will be no more. The only reason it is what it is because you are sitting there listening to their lies. There is no division between truth and a lie when you're in a church when there is nothing but a lie. The teaching is a lie. Everything you've been taught is a lie. So if someone woke up and realized that they've been in a false religion, you're not making division to make up a lie. You're only telling the truth. So there's a difference. But if a man comes in teaching something different that is a lie, then yes, they have the right to kick him out, to call them apostate. But in our case, all we're showing the truth from their own literature that don't make us evil. It makes us the ones who woke up and realized that we was in a false religion. And all we want to do is save our family and friends the embarrassment of living and knocking on people's doors on a lie of Watchtower has made for all these years and centuries. Thank you, and I hope and pray if you're a Jehovah's Witness or anyone watching this video, do your research. I made a lot of videos. Other people made many videos. There are too many lies, and we're attacking the Watchtower. They cannot stop us. Please, do your research. Thank you, and have a nice day.